This tower is described as a repository of knowledge, designed to prevent past mistakes and unite humanity. Its peak will touch the sky, and people from all corners will contribute to its construction. The tower is portrayed as an enduring monument that will witness the rise and fall of dynasties. A character named Cosmos encounters someone referred to as an outsider. This outsider appears to be seeking knowledge about their past. Cosmos explains they don't have answers about the outsider's past, but directs them to a tower containing a library with all the answers in the world. Cosmos gives the outsider a pendant, describing it as the key to the library, and bids farewell. The scene shifts to characters named Zero and Nana discussing the outsider. They discover the outsider holds the director's keepsake, which identifies them as the Prophesied Seer. This revelation causes debate among them. The pendant triggers the awakening of a beacon that had been dormant for years, opening the Library of Babel. The outsider is warned to stay close for safety as they navigate a dangerous space. Characters search for their comrades while avoiding hazards. A judgment sequence occurs with references to fluttering wings and bowing before the sun's brilliance. The outsider then encounters a mysterious figure who's been waiting for them. The mysterious figure explains they are in the Borderlands, a sanctuary created by the library that connects to everything. The outsider can return to this place whenever desired, but will forget everything upon returning to their story. The figure grants full access to this realm and sends the outsider to where it all began. The outsider meets Erishan from the future, who explains they have permissions to access the Library of Babel. Erishan warns of a sphere threatening to destroy the realm, explaining it's actually a machine that can be stopped with a specific command. The outsider is told they must find Tasni to discover this command and save everyone. The outsider awakens safely after the beacon becomes dormant. Characters discuss what happened during the anomaly. The outsider apparently fell and was caught by Zero. They learn they were attacked by an unknown giant within the anomaly and met Erishan from the future. Zero claims to have eliminated the giant threat. A character explains that what they experienced is called an anomaly, originating from a black monolith called a beacon. The vision it creates is the Library of Babel, where space becomes infinite and time materializes separately. This allows theoretical travel to the future. The tower was constructed by a group called MAN to control and monitor the beacon. At the top of the tower, the outsider's biometric data is collected for identity verification. A legend is shared about a tower reaching the heavens, which lost its purpose when humanity first saw Earth from space. The outsider learns ordinary people cannot see this tower because it has been forgotten by collective human consciousness. The primordial sector serves as the only exit point from this mysterious library. If someone is not present when the beacon deactivates, they will be trapped. Someone named Erishan has apparently ended up in a different sector, though there's confidence in her ability to take care of herself. A protective figure accompanies the protagonist, instructing someone named Anne to scout ahead. It's revealed that Anne's full name is Ansu, though using true names is discouraged, as they hold power and reveal nature. The group discovers a strangely arranged bookshelf with a hidden message warning not to trust an unnamed woman. The group encounters what appears to be lost ones, described as byproducts not fully digested by the library. The normal laws of physics don't apply here, suggesting this is a realm with different rules of reality than the outside world. They've entered the unknown sector, a derivative area created by the library itself. This library was built by early humans who discovered it could generate new knowledge based on what knowledge they offered. By infinitely arranging and combining words, the library contains all history, present events, and future prophecies. The library contains everything, but makes finding specific information nearly impossible. Venturing deeper risks reaching a point of no return. To exit, they must follow passages with orderly arranged bookshelves. They discover markings that appear to be from someone named Ares, whose recent impulsive behavior has caused widespread damage. A suspicious bookshelf catches attention, with a message translated as irreversible. A pendant begins blowing, granting the ability to freeze time in small areas within the library. Another cryptic message states doom is fated. An encounter with someone called Zero and Eri reveals tension between characters. There are discussions about a seer whose prophecies are proving true, and disagreements about the activation of a beacon. The conversation reveals that the beacon's activation time has been decreasing over the years. A plan emerges to find Tasni, the 372nd director of Emion and mentor to someone named Cosmos. Tasni went missing in the library 80 years ago, suggesting they need to travel back in time to find him. The perspective shifts to a different time period with characters named Enki, Ninsar, and Nana, full name Idwana. Enki has ventured to Sector B-19, the starting point for a squad known as the Squad of No Return. Nana tracks down Enki, who has been attempting to follow this squad despite being forbidden to do so. Enki is upset that Ninsar revealed his location to Nana. After an argument, they reconcile, with Ninsar creating sculptures while Enki offers to build intricate gadgets with additional features. Their relationship seems to be that of siblings, with Enki constantly seeking adventure in the deeper parts of the library, while Ninsar focuses on restoring ancient artifacts. Ninsar and Enki are discussing their father Tasni, who embarked on a path of no return 10 years ago. Ninsar wishes to venture deeper into the library to find him, but Enki dismisses this idea, saying it's impossible to locate him in the time sectors. Two senior librarians, Nana and Heduana, and another, discuss the trouble of managing Tasni's children. They described Enki as simple to deal with, but Ninsar as more complex because she seems to know everything from birth, making her uninterested in discovery. Being born inside the library has affected their development. A library is experiencing staffing shortages, as many librarians have gone down the path of no return. The library's opening hours are decreasing, causing concern it might close permanently. Nana's colleague reveals plans to join the next squad of no return, seeking to reach the end of the library. The history of the library exploration is recounted, describing how early Amian explorers discovered that the library contains texts from different eras and perhaps all possible human writings. They realized time might be an extra dimension within the library, which continues creating new content. Tasni, who served as library director for just 1 year, was a prolific inventor who created machines capable of proving propositions and models of universal expansion. Legend says he took the path of no return to create a new universal language. The path of no return is explained as a one-way journey where librarians never return until reaching the library's end. Some dismiss it as suicide, while others see it as pursuing knowledge. The library operates by exhaustion method, containing all possible text combinations and timelines. A character named Zero confirms they've traveled to the past, identifying they're in Sector B80, which previously contained modern computer theory and before that, astrophysics for 100 years. Someone referred to as the Seer appears to have facilitated this time travel. The travelers encounter Ninsar, who recognizes them as successors from the future and the bloodline of Cosmos. She claims to know all answers without explanation and offers to help find Tasni, revealing he is her bloodline. She inquires if they've seen her brother Enki. The group encounters a foolproof door blocking access to the director's office. Ninsar identifies it as something set up by her brother that requires answering questions to open. Someone named Anne uses an ability called Fluttering Wing to help navigate the coded gate. A mysterious gate with 5,000 questions blocks the path. After a brief attempt to answer one question, 249, the group realizes it would take days to complete all questions. Attempts to destroy the gate fail as it's incredibly strong, impervious even to Mir's abilities. Enki left a back door to bypass the gate. Instead of answering questions, the solution involves arranging books in a specific clockwise order on the center shelf. After some trial and error, the gate opens, allowing the group to proceed. As the group searches for Tasni, they're interrupted when Enki appears. Mir attempts to catch him, but is unsuccessful. A reunion occurs between Ninsar and her brother Enki, who had left on a journey without informing her. Enki introduces himself to the group as Ninsar's younger brother. He reveals he's the 372nd director of Aten and Cosmos' mentor, proudly declaring himself the greatest genius the tower has ever known. Proclaiming his full name as Enki Tasni, a flashback shows Enki becoming director. He immediately demonstrates intimate knowledge of the office's secrets and rejects responsibilities, including a meeting with cave leaders. His sister Ninsar steps in to attend the meeting in his place. When Ninsar returns, Enki is working on version 8.0 of his foolproof door. He criticizes the cave organization as outdated, noting anomalies rarely occur anymore and questioning the continued relevance of their work. Enki and Ninsar discuss a contest between nations Polestar and Syro about breaking the speed limit of 7.9 kilometers per second. Enki predicts Syro will win in 24 years, which seems to accelerate his own mysterious plans. Ninsar questions Enki about his motivations for becoming director. He reveals he wanted the position for its authority, allowing him to enter the library when the beacon activates and begin his journey to find its end. Nana finds a distressed Ninsar and comforts her, noting both siblings are intelligent yet childish. Nana explains they cannot interfere with human technological progress, as rationality will eventually reach a point where anomalies and their kind won't be tolerated. A later scene shows Enki crafting a cradle for Sally, whom Ninsar complained about. Nana arrives to discuss Enki's plans to explore the library, revealing his parents' history. His mother gave birth to him in the library before continuing her journey. Nana emphasizes that despite their extraordinary nature, Enki and Ninsar are human. She explains that understanding human vulnerability and life's brevity is essential to appreciating strength and eternity. Despite Enki's resistance, Nana ultimately gives her blessing for his journey. Back in the present, Ninsar reveals her full name as Ninsar Tasni, explaining that the director Tasni mentioned is indeed her younger brother. The group is shocked to discover that Cosmos' respected mentor is actually someone they perceive as a mere child. The visitors explain they've come from 80 years in the future, fascinating their host, who is surprised by the possibility of traveling through different sectors within the library. This revelation provides new insights about the nature of the place. The host, Master Enki, examines one visitor named Asya with scientific curiosity, noting their normal human anatomy despite their time-traveling abilities. He then becomes interested in a bird companion that possesses human intelligence and can transform into energy. Though initially interested in seeing the time travel ability demonstrated, Master Enki changes his mind, preferring to experience the library's novelty through the long route rather than shortcuts. The visitors then mention several inventions attributed to him. 3 inventions are discussed: the Truth Verifier, originally called the Multi-Button Self-Regulating Rhythmic Hypnotizer; the Singularity Explosion Model, actually a cookbook called Singularity Popcorn; and the Complete Language, which Enki had intended to name a vulgar language even fools can understand. It's revealed the visitors need something called the Copper Sphere from Enki. Someone named Ninsar translates text on the sphere, identifying it as an ancient hymn from Memphis praising Aten, the sun god. Enki recognizes it as a magnetically confined fusion reactor. The group discusses how the sphere relates to beacons, which create anomalies in the world. They philosophize about how advanced technology appears magical until understood, comparing early humans' worship of the sun to the nuclear fusion happening inside it. Enki suggests the sphere was created by beings they might call gods, who would have used their own language to command it. This inspires him to incorporate this divine language into his complete language project. He offers to study the sphere and discover its command. Enki states it will take 3 years to complete the research and suggests meeting again after that time. The scene shifts and something appears on a desk. A note from Enki explaining he's translated information about the copper sphere. In his note, Enki mentions storing 5 documents in the library but scattered them along the way. He's currently in the conference room due to emergencies and has hidden access to it in the Hall of Keys. He left markings to guide them there. The group finds an area in shambles, possibly abandoned. They notice markings saying "Walk with the umbrella" and "Complete Insight," which they recognize as Enki's clues. Following these leads them to the library mentioned in his note, where they should search for the documents. We have arrived at the Hall of Keys after a challenging journey. Master Enki mentioned access would be available here. All things have names which hold power, shaping existence and binding essence. We're proceeding to the conference hall, which is located just below us, despite experiencing some pain and momentary loss of composure. As we approach the conference room, we hope the young scholar has found a solution to prevent the tent from self-destructing. Upon arrival, the individual from 3 years ago acknowledges our presence and asks if we found the 5 documents left behind. The scholar explains having studied documents from the Memphian era regarding the copper sphere. After deciphering the language of its creator, the answer was disappointingly simple. Thousands of years ago, another beacon in Memphis created an anomaly that enveloped Aten in perpetual night. The only light source in Aten was a metallic sphere emitting constant light and heat. Amenhotep, Memphis's 18th monarch, worshipped it as the sun god Aten, even changing his name to Aten. The supposedly divine language is actually comprehensible to any modern mathematician. In Memphian language, Aten refers to a binary system where A stands for 0 and 10 for 1. All prayers to Aten consist of only these 2 syllables. The worshippers unknowingly used binary code when praying, accidentally giving commands to what was essentially a programmable device. The city functioned like a keyboard, with each prayer being a keystroke. Over decades, people stumbled upon valid commands, preserving them as sacred oracles. Tragically, Pharaoh Akhenaten accidentally triggered the self-destruction command for the copper sphere. When asked about Ninsar, Master Enki admits needing a favor before revealing the command to stop the sphere. After separating from us, Enki had an argument with Ninsar. He created a cat's cradle using Ninsar's restored clock, which infuriated her to the point of pursuing him. A mechanical monster appears, forcing us to battle. We're instructed to attack the clockwork powering the mechanism. The cat's cradle is revealed to be equipped with advanced weaponry, including a plasma ray emitter. After defeating the device, Enki laments its destruction. Enki apologizes to Ninsar for tampering with her clock. Despite thanking us for helping find Ninsar, Enki can't provide the command to stop the copper sphere. Ninsar explains that while Enki deciphered the grammar of the divine language, he lacks knowledge of the specific deactivation command. Ninsar shares that the copper sphere has appeared twice in history, most notably 2,000 years ago in Obed under the Arsacid Empire's 5th emperor. Ninsar suggests we visit that era for more information. She also reveals that an item we possess belongs to Darius, indicating we encountered unexpected incidents on our journey here. A startling revelation emerges. Our arrival from the future prompted Enki to investigate Aten's divine words. Without our visit, this knowledge would never have been pursued, creating a paradoxical cycle. Ninsar warns that prophecies may actualize themselves before bidding farewell. After our departure, Ninsar and Enki discuss examining Sari, concluding that biologically, Sari is as human as they are. Deeper differences can't be studied through simple dissection. Ninsar expresses admiration for Cosmos's work, saying the seemingly ordinary apprentice is extraordinary. A philosophical conversation discusses the nature of mediocrity versus genius. While mediocrity is not seen as derogatory, it's compared to a tortoise, aware of its limitations but steadily progressing toward a single goal. In contrast, a genius is likened to a lone bird without rest, suggesting the tortoise ultimately reaches greater heights through persistence. One participant compliments another on hiding their brilliance and having beautiful eyes that will reflect more valuable things in the future. They express hope for a journey filled with endless surprises and magnificence, while wondering if certain individuals will fall into a tragic loop like Oedipus. The conversation shifts to discussing Cosmos and a girl who found the Tome of Aegis. Enki acknowledges seeing an answer, but not knowing the process, suggesting that this time the process might be more important than the answer itself. They decide against warning those involved, as the unknown brings anticipation. One speaker teases another about being predictable and developing boring plans. There's mention of not wanting to prepare an exit plan mid-journey. The conversation grows more serious when one states there's nothing waiting at the end of their journey, no answers or possibility of turning back. A poignant plea of don't go is repeated as someone discusses how human struggles are bound by limited lifespans. The limited mortal body prevents reaching the end. The emotional moment shifts when one asks what the other is waiting for, suggesting they should proceed forward. One participant urges another to consider their true desires, suggesting they most want to see the end. There's a revelation that someone's sadness was merely an act, as they don't genuinely experience sadness. The scene changes with a warning that upon departure, all memories of this realm will fade. Someone mentions blocking a perceptive girl's presence and advises against trusting her too much. A journey filled with challenges and perils awaits, though protection is promised. The destination is revealed as the origin of all casual ties, with coordinates already adjusted for departure. The scene shifts dramatically, with mentions of an umbrella, rain, and commands to end it all and walk with the umbrella. A character named Aten is praised and invited to return, with gratitude expressed for their guidance.